Hey, Real Nerds. There's many ways to enjoy the Real Nerds podcast. You can listen to us on Stitcher, iTunes, and now Spotify and iHeartRadio. You can see what we're up to around town by following us at Real Nerds on Instagram. And if you want to send us your thoughts, you can email us at realnerds@gmail.com or call us at 720-6nerds5. Like us on Facebook at Real Nerds Podcast or tweet us at Real Nerds. And now on with the show.
This is Real Nerds Podcast, and for 10 years, we have been seeing a new movie and podcasting our experience to the world. This week, we saw The Newicide Squad. Stay tuned to the end of the episode, where we will recommend the film or not, play the trailer, and then spoil the film. But that's not all we do. We also talk about movies we've been watching, movie news, movies you can purchase, movies. I am joined via Zoom with Brad.
Hey.
And two other people. Let's head around town with Brad.
That's so mean, Ryan.
After 500 episodes, he's just...
We literally changed this whole day just for you, Corinne, so we're pretty nice.
Yeah, but you're being mean right now.
Good. Life sucks, wear a helmet.
Wait. Life sucks, wear a helmet.
I haven't heard that in a while.
What is that supposed to be? Enlighten me?
That's like if you hit your head, just keep going.
Oh, okay. I've never heard that expression before, so sorry. I'm sorry to be confused.
Yeah. I guess you don't listen to Dennis Leary from like 1992.
No, I listened to Bill Hicks, who originated Dennis Leary's material, but...
I don't know who either of those people are.
One of them is a great comic. The other one is also a good comic, but he definitely stole material.
Really? I never knew Bill Hicks had a whole bit about cigarettes called Tumors.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Hey, Brad, take us around town before I ruin this fucking podcast.
Hey, film buddies. Follow me around Denver. This week at the drive-in, the 88 drive-in is showing Peter Rabbit 2, followed by Snake Eyes, followed by the Escape Room Tournament of Champions.
No, so their shit lineup.
Yeah, not terribly exciting. Given what's
I've
out
seen
right
two
now.
of those. I've seen two of those movies, and I mean, Snake Eyes is fun. It's okay. I don't know if it's a great movie. Peter Rabbit 2. Yep.
I'm guessing it's
just hang tight.
that way
I
because
was going to say, just hang tight for October.
I'm guessing it's that way because the other movies are more expensive right now, so it's a more cost-effective lineup.
And it's okay, to have a family-oriented drive-in because that'll get more people to go.
Then the Holiday Twin Drive-In is showing on Screen 1 Jungle Cruise and Black Widow, and Screen 2 has the Newicide Squad and Escape Room.
Man, they really want people to watch the Escape Room.
Yep. Got to squeeze out that Escape Room money, Ryan.
And that's what's going on around town.
Exciting. New. Probably the best thing you could do with your time is download our 500th episode where we reveal our 100 favorite films over the past 10 years.
A lovely sounding episode. Wonderful time.
100 favorite feature films, like movies of the week, not just like movies in general.
Yeah. Well,
that would be awesome.
Or, Corinne's 50 favorite films. Anyways, Man, lots of energy being brought today. Hey, let's
Well-
unspool some movie news.
It's real news.
I'll inject some energy into this.
Sure.
Yeah.
Do it.
Come on, America. Like, your taste sucks.
Why would you say that, Brad?
Just the box office returns for Suicide Squad. Like, I get there's a virus out there, but more of you still went and saw Godzilla versus Kong. So come on.
I actually don't think it's the virus. I'm gonna say my 2 cents, as I think people now are comfortable with watching it on HBO Max.
Exactly.
Yep.
Because they gave that option, and if you notice, each of their films have kind of had less and less of a return.
Yep.
So people have got comfortable watching them on HBO Max. If you look at something like A Quiet Place 2, it stayed really popular and it's still making money, even though the Blu-ray is out, because it's not as easily available.
Yep.
I honestly forgot the Suicide Squad was on HBO Max until after I had already gotten out of the theater. And I kind of wish I would have watched it at home.
Oh,
Spoilers.
There's always one.
You wait till the
Not
review.
really. If you read Corinne's Twitter, you know this is coming.
Uh-oh.
Wait, what?
I said if anyone read your Twitter, it's not a spoiler. You knew this was coming.
Did I say something about the movie on Twitter? I forgot.
I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was clearly like
Yeah.
you rejected the movie. Like you didn't do a review of the movie, but you said like something to the effect of you were put off by the violence in it. So I was like, yep.
Well,
That's-
anyway, we'll get into it later, but Brad's not wrong. I just forgot I tweeted anything about it.
I'll tell you what, I've got some fun news coming out of some Colorado locals. Some small guys, you've probably heard of them. Trey Parker and Matt Stone. Anybody heard of these guys?
No.
Anybody? No? Nobody? Ryan, you heard of these guys?
I mean, I have. I'm just kidding.
They sound
Okay.
vaguely like
Yeah,
someone that was really
British.
popular in the 90s.
Yeah. But and then they,
Fuck you, man. I'm still popular, again.
Are they the inventors of Cheesy Poofs?
yes, cheesy poofs. I love cheesy poofs. You love cheesy
Technically,
poofs.
they are the inventors of cheesy poofs.
Hey Ryan, did you know that if we didn't eat cheesy poofs, we'd be lame? Trey Parker and Matt Stone, creators of South Park, signed an insane deal for $900 million for 5 more seasons of South Park and 14 spin-off movies. That's pretty nuts. My question is, what are these 14 movies going to be? And
My guess will be like the pandemic special, where it's maybe an hour-long episode.
okay, so it won't be like full-length animated like South Park, bigger, longer, uncut, or even Imagination.
No, and they're also making a game, which I guess they're already developing. So
I think it'll be a good bonus content to entice people over to Paramount Plus.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Because
yeah,
Paramount
totally.
Plus doesn't have anything right now.
Star
That's
Trek.
SpongeBob.
Nothing worth watching
SpongeBob and
anyway.
Star Trek.
Yeah. No, I actually think of Paramount Plus as the old person streaming platform, because even if you log into it, the icons are as big as your TV. It's here's CSI, and they have a whole like lineup of just CSI shows and
They got a
things
ton
like
of
that.
classic TV too, because they have a lot of those, golden era TV shows in their library.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do they have when it goes to Yellowstone? Does it just have a big picture of Kevin Costner just looking at you?
Should.
That'd be awesome.
That's what cool people would do.
Do you watch that show, Ryan?
I haven't, but I keep on wanting to, because I love Kevin Costner, and I love him in westerns.
Mm-hmm.
So
My folks like it. If that's any positive response for you,
yeah, old people.
it's a good thing they don't listen to this.
That's all
They
right.
don't? I thought they did.
No,
A lot of people
my
don't listen
parents
to this.
Listen to the things I do. I had to put Ballyhoo on my dad's phone because he didn't bother to look into it.
Well, we know
Anyway.
we have one listener at least, and that's Carol. Hi,
Yes.
Carol.
Carol always listens. Carol will never not listen, even when her boy is no longer on the show.
No, we have listeners. I get emails from people all the time, or tweets.
Tweets, Twitters.
Wits.
Someone
Tweets.
sent some nice things to us about our 500th episode. So
Oh, neato burrito. Moving on, we are getting a book released later this year from a living legend known. You've heard of Mel Brooks, right? I'm sure you've heard of this guy. He's
Who
Carl.
that?
He's just Carl Reiner's best friend. He's done nothing of any significance whatsoever. But he'll be releasing a memoir called "All About Me: A Remarkable Life in Show Business."
gosh, leave us alone, Mel Brooks.
Robin Hood Men in Tights. Yeah. This is actually kind of cool because I never thought he would release a memoir. It seemed like the time for that would have come years before, but I guess when you have plenty of time in pandemic land, you can do anything you want. And yeah, we'll be getting that later this year. There's no indicated full release date, but I'm looking forward to this, and I will definitely be picking it up. I hope he does the audiobook for it the way Carl did it for I Remember Me, which is a wonderful book that people should check out. And then I have some sad news for everybody. It looks like two brothers who have never made a bad movie will now become one brother that have never made a bad movie because Ethan Coen is confirming via Carter Burwell, I guess, out of all places, that he will no longer be making movies or does not desire to make movies and would be preferring to do theater. So looks like it's just Joel Town, guys.
Until he
I
changes
mean, it
his
sounds
mind.
like he's.
Yeah, I guess so. It could be a Steven Soderbergh thing where he's like, I'm going to retire to paint. And then he's just like, yeah, but look what I can do on my iPhone.
I mean, it's not like he's dying or anything. He's just going over to the theater. He's doing different work.
You don't understand.
But going to the theater is dying.
No.
That's a theater joke for anybody listening.
What? You come here and say that to my face, Brian.
Welcome to
Corinne, I starred in many plays in high school, and yeah, I can tell you.
Hey,
Not if
Ryan.
you're going to a good one.
Ryan,
I
can we
guess
start a
yours
new
was
show?
just bad.
Can we start a new-
Go ahead, Zach.
I was going to say, can we start a new show called Theater Kids Podcast instead of just Real Nerds? And then you can make all the theater kid jokes you want.
That's what you can do after Ballyhoo.
I have seen a lot of plays, and I'm just making fun of them because I was in them and in the crew and plays. I know them inside and out. Brad can attest. I was a freaking star in high school.
Yeah, I saw him play Vic Fontaine in Grease.
That's right. And I was the lead in The Odd Couple. I've been in so many things. I can't even tell you.
Wait. Who did you play in The Odd Couple? Felix or Oscar?
Oscar, of course.
Oh, that makes sense. I kind of want to see that now.
You don't.
No, yeah, I do. Ryan, I genuinely do. I do like the way you perform.
If you want to see me be good in things, you should watch Real Nerds Pod Show, available on YouTube, where you can also subscribe.
But is it written by Neil Simon?
No, it's written by me and Brad, so it's even better.
Wow, way to toot your own horn.
Oh my God, such humility emanating from the Frost household.
I mean, I came up with the jam of getting hit in the face with a giant dildo that left a shape of a penis on my face. Top that, Neil Simon.
Neil Simon never would have been creative enough to think of that.
No.
Yeah. You're right, Ryan. I guess I'll just hang out with my 1,200 Oscars and Evan here right now. And just
I mean, yeah, he's a great writer, but could he think of a freaking title as gay for RDJ? No, that's just pure gold.
Could he come up with such a wonderful idea as a shitty ghost played by me?
No,
Nope.
Even you, Zach. Our pod show is so brilliant that even he can't come up with that.
You hear that, Neil Simon? You can't conjure me up. Moving on, though, we got some 4K news that it's stuff that's not coming out this week, but I thought it'd be worthy to bring it up. First of all, Inglourious Basterds is finally getting its 4K release coming this October. So that means there's only, 2 Quentin movies on 4K? That feels like wrong.
I hope they use my blurb for it. The only good Hitler is a dead Hitler. He gets shot a lot in the face.
Yeah, it's really funny. And Eli Roth doing it makes it all the more sweeter. And And who'd have thought Eli Roth would be the one to kill Hitler? I certainly didn't bet on that. And then I didn't see much else on the 4K front except for some horror films from back in the day getting a 4K release. I mean, they're called Dracula, The Wolfman, The Invisible Man, and Frankenstein. I mean, those seem pretty old and like nobody would care, except you should.
I'm hoping they're going to be on sale for Black Friday because I have the Steelbooks by Alex Ross and they're amazing. Mm-hmm. So I really don't. But I saw that the packaging is like a book too. So I don't know.
Yeah. So the only thing that I talked about this with somebody on Twitter and I told them I was probably going to be double dipping. But the more I think about it, the more I might hold off because it is only 4 titles, and I find it weird that among them, Bride of Frankenstein is not on that list because
they're going to have a volume 2 for sure.
I mean, I'd hope so. I mean, because you could do that, Creature from the Black Lagoon, The Mummy, and if you were going to do another 4th one, I guess you would do.
I think you do the Phantom.
Yeah, but. It just sucks because that version of the Phantom of the Opera is not the Phantom of the Opera that rocks. It's
all right. It's not great, but it's not horrible.
Claude Rains is great in it, but I have no desire to watch 2 opera stars hamming up the scenery when I want a monster. But yes, you can get them in 4K. They're carrying over all the original bonus features. It looks like I didn't see anything listed as new, but. Yeah, look for that in October, guys. If you don't already have the Universal Monsters in some form, this might be a good way to get that started. Or you can get the 32 pack that I have, which has all of them in Blu-ray and some of them carryover titles. So you actually get like 15 copies of Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein.
Mine's gonna be like triple dipping because I have like the complete Creature collection plus the Steelbook, complete Dracula plus the Steelbook. Complete.
Do you have so you don't have the 32 set box that I got, right?
No, because I bought the Steelbooks first and then I waited until Dracula and then we're on sale and then I bought the other films because I mean I don't mind double dipping if it comes with Dracula if I get 4 other movies for $16. I mean that's whatever.
Oh yeah, no, it is a solid deal. I thought for some reason you had jumped on that box sale when it went on sale because that's when I got it. So, but yeah, it's still available, which is cool because it does have all the like little ins and outs and whatnot. And it has all those legacy collections you're talking about just stuffed into one nice little box. So, and then the last piece of news is some old man who won't fucking retire put out a trailer for his new movie called Cry Macho. Clint Eastwood's coming back to theaters in September. I don't know. Looks fine, I guess. Did you watch the trailer for this, Ryan?
Yeah, it's there.
It's there. Yeah. He looks like he's about to fall over.
Doesn't Clint Eastwood always look like that?
He definitely did in The Mule, and I thought that was it for him, but no, apparently not. I admire that he's still working, but the other part of me goes like, dude, like you're gonna die on set one day, and it's gonna be like a nightmare for everybody on there. Like, stop it. But then I remember that the idea of making movies till you die is a very romantic ideal. So the trailer itself looks interesting. I'm hesitant because I still haven't even gone to Richard Jewell yet because I just don't really have any desire to watch it. But we'll see what happens with Cry Macho. Maybe it'll end up being a movie of the week. Who knows? And that's news unless I missed anything. Oh,
yes,
wait, no.
Did.
I did miss something. We lost somebody through a tragic accident this week. Trevor Moore, comedian and one of the founders of The Whitest Kids You Know, died at the age of 41 due to an accident. Was anybody here a fan of Whitest Kids You Know?
Nope.
I don't know what that is.
Okay, so then, Corinne, that was not the news you were alluding to?
No, actually, 2 other pieces of news, including a death. Can't remember her name, but she was also on Night Court.
Oh, Marky Post.
Yeah,
Marky Post.
Oh, yeah, Marky Post, yeah.
So, just
which is
weird
because Charles Robinson just died.
Yeah.
I know.
2 Night Court people within, like a month of each other? Very sad. But the news I was referring to just dropped a couple of hours ago. Idris Elba is voicing Knuckles in Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
Look at me. I'm Red Superman.
I didn't even know they were making a Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah. Don't you know, Corinne? That was the last movie to make a bunch of money before the world shut down.
I think it made something like 600 million worldwide.
Yeah.
What?
Because it was the last thing available, and then suddenly everything dips off. So now Sonic is now the box office king.
And Sonic is not that bad of a movie. It's really not.
That's not why I'm laughing, because like whatever, the movie's gonna be what it's gonna be. It's just like, it's so weird to think that last year when the pandemic shut everything down, the last known film to make that much money at the box office until things pick up again is Sonic the Hedgehog. I just couldn't have made that bet. I would have picked literally anything else.
Well, I will piggyback off of what we were talking about with Suicide Squad. Warner Brothers for 2022 is now exclusively in theaters again for 45 days. And I think they realize that they're losing lots of money by putting it on HBO Max.
For which film?
For all their films next year.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
I didn't understand, like, all of the companies, HBO Max, Disney Plus, whatever, they could do, like, I don't know, 2-week run exclusively in the theaters and then put it out on their streaming services shortly after. But, included in the streaming service, not premium, where you have to buy it for $30. Bullshit.
Well, no, I mean, HBO Max did that to get subscribers. Disney Max doesn't need Disney Plus doesn't need subscribers because they already have over 100 million. So HBO Max did it so they get people to subscribe, and they're thinking that because of the pandemic, a lot of people would subscribe. But I was reading quarterly stuff from subscription-based providers, and they're losing a lot of customers because I was talking to actually my older brother he likes movies, but he doesn't watch them like I do. And he asked me why Netflix movies aren't as good as theater movies. And I told him there's no oversight. It's just like, I don't know if you've seen The Old Guard with Charlize Theron. It's a fine movie, but its pacing is off because they're not told they need to cut back. And I even feel the same way about Zack Snyder's Justice League. It's way too long and there's too many slow-mo shots. Someone needs to rein them in, or it's going to be like that. I mean, Army of the Dead is the same way. So they're losing money, and they realize that if they go into theaters, they're going to make, $700-800 million in big movies. Even Fast and Furious 9 is at like $750 million, and that's with 15% of movie theaters not even open in the world. So there's money to be made there. But like I said, I think people got too comfortable with those being on HBO Max, and it takes away from the repeat business. I think the real test is going to be in 3 weeks when Shang-Chi opens.
Yeah.
I do not have high expectations for that, just because I know it's a Marvel movie, Disney movie. So I think there's already a big built-in fan base right there, but I think the marketing hasn't been as good for it as like the previous movies. There's not a lot of hype around it the way there was around like Black Widow. And I think between Mortal Kombat and Snake Eyes coming out, I think people might be tired of the whole Asian guy training to be like Kung Fu master or whatever nonsense. But yeah, it just feels a little, it feels a little too similar. You know what I mean?
Mm.
I mean, I will say that I haven't seen a trailer for Shang-Chi at all.
Shang-Chi, I learned that when I watched a preview and they had the actor on it. So that's what Brad and I learned when we went and saw the Suicide Squad.
Okay.
It's true. I was there.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my God. Thank you for confirming it. I was getting worried.
And I actually got my new Entertainment Weekly. And what's the actor's name?
Simu Liu. I'm sorry. I don't know how to pronounce it. I just know how to spell it.
I think you're right. But anyways, he's in it and he talks about how everyone pronounces it Shang-Chi. And that's not the correct way. It's Shang-Chi. And I mean, I never knew. I've been calling it Shang-Chi my whole life. But now I know.
It's pretty cool. You learn something new every day, right?
Every day. You never know.
I mean, but as far as Corinne's question, like, I'll tell you what, Corinne, like, I mean, I would think that because the Marvel fan base is so built in that people are going to tune in on curiosity alone. The real question is how many of them are going to just try it out at home rather than the theater.
It's not going to be available. It's only in theaters.
Oh, so Disney decided to not do the dumb thing they've been doing for over a year then?
The Jungle Cruise is the last one right now that's on premium access.
Okay.
So that's every cool. Disney movie going forward this year is going to be only in theaters.
All right.
Yeah, I definitely think that's going to hurt them.
I don't.
Like I said, the marketing for it really doesn't feel like a Disney Marvel movie when you watch the trailer. You know, I think it's partly because it's so much adrift from like the main, the Infinity Stones or the Avengers or whatever. It's just like off in the corner doing its own thing in this universe, and that's fine. But I just don't think that people are really going to be interested in that. At least with the Eternals, you get this kind of vibe that it's like part of a grander scheme and there are these immortal beings and all that. But with Shang-Chi or Shang-Chi, it's like, I don't know if people are really interested. I'm just saying whenever it comes out, don't be surprised when we see all these headlines of like Shang-Chi bombs at the box office.
It won't bomb. I guarantee you that movie will not bomb.
So we have audio record of Corinne making this call, so we'll have to check back when Shang-Chi opens.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe it won't bomb, but like it might not do as well as they want it to.
Well,
as a Marvel movie would do.
But you got to give them a little leeway too, Corinne. The Infinity Saga's over, and so you're not going to have Cap, you're not going to have Iron Man, you're not going to have Thor, you're not going to have all these players that people are used to. So they
moved them all over onto TV.
Well, no, but you got to build up new people anyways, because that's just how it's going to play out. You don't have the two biggest anchors are, Iron Man and Captain America. But I would also argue that Ant-Man shouldn't have worked, and it still made, almost $200 million. So
wait, Ryan, why won't Iron Man come back? What happened to him?
He's inevitable. So
no, don't tell me Tony Stark died. No,
he never dies. He always lives on
through our hearts.
Iron Man does not die.
Yeah. No, you still got people that can beat Iron Man. They'll be all right. And we still got Thor coming. So
yeah, Thor: Love and Thunder, which Taika Waititi has been saying in interviews that he had a blast making. So
and Spider-Man,
which is that is a piece of news. We're not getting a trailer for that. Isn't it cool?
I'm sure they're going to put one before Shang-Chi.
God, I don't want them to.
No, it's cool. I want them just to tease it a little bit, because it's already the most anticipated movie of the year. So it's brand awareness. You really don't need to show a trailer. And Brad and I have made this argument that you should go to a theater and it should just say, Star Wars, episode 9, and people will fucking show up. That's all you need.
I don't remember how long ago it was, but I did actively say out loud for Rise of Skywalker, I just wanted a stormtrooper walking out in the middle of the screen and saying, fuck it, you're coming anyway. And then Star Wars episode 9.
Yeah. It'll be all right. And they're giving a lot of different filmmakers an opportunity to make films, which is cool.
Yeah. Sweet.
Hey, movies are coming out on Blu-ray.
DVD releases and Blu-rays.
And how? I'll start it off with some comic book related stuff. We're getting Batman The Long Halloween Part 2 coming to Blu-ray if you want to follow that up. What?
I'll talk about it later. I watched it.
Oh, so it already came for you. Right on. Nice. Wonderful. 1998's Afterlife has got a Criterion release, so if you want to pick that up, you can. Paramount Classics is putting out Nashville from 1975, and I actually like this cover for Nashville. It's a really nice cover. We've got a 2005 film called Havoc coming out from Shout Select. This features Anne Hathaway, and Freddie Rodriguez. That's a name I've not seen in a long time. We've got Evil in the Deep. And it's Ryan, this is guaranteed to rip.
Evil in the Deep.
It will rip your nerves to shreds.
Oh,
now,
shit.
But now it's coming under the title The Treasure of Jamaica Reef. So there's like 3 different declarative titles here. So I don't know what this thing is called, but you can check it out if you'd like. Got a bunch of fun stuff coming out from Kino Lorber. We've got Desire from 1936 with Marlene Dietrich and Gary Cooper. We've got Alan Ladd and Geraldine Fitzgerald in OSS from 1946.
What was Gary Cooper's nickname?
Yep.
See, for people that don't know Golden Hollywood, Gary Cooper had an enormous penis. So he was known as the Montana Mule.
Yep. Hey, Gary, your dick big? Yep. You use it a lot? Yep. How's everybody like my Gary Cooper talking about his dick bit?
How many people are glad that I have that horrible piece of trivia?
I just like that you reminded me of it because I just realized that he and Milton Berle could have done a porn together.
God, I hope not.
If you believe the rumors about Milton Berle, rather packed. Anyway, Jesus Franco's Angel of Death from 1987 is coming out from a company that it's from Full Moon. Okay, I just don't see Full Moon titles that often here, I guess. And then we've got a Sidney Poitier film called Lilies of the Field from 1963 that you can check out here on Blu-ray if you so choose. Got another Gary Cooper film, Peter Ibbotson from 1935, featuring Ida Lupino, who would go on to be a wonderful director in her own right. We're getting a re-release of The Haunting from 1999. So I guess if you want to buy trash, you're more than welcome to buy trash. That is your call. And then Ryan, this seems pointless to bring this up, but I'll do it anyway. Friday the 13th 8-movie collection Blu-ray and digital release is coming out in a re-release in a blood red package with new artwork. But it would seem as if that's kind of irrelevant since Scream Factory gave us exactly what we wanted. And from what
my guess it has something to do with the licensing because those are I think they come with the Scream Factory discs and the bonus features. They're also releasing a steelbook version coming up in October.
Really?
Yeah.
You're not going to get it, are you?
No.
Good. I was going to say, we got our wish. We don't.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
There's a rumor, by the way, that lawsuit's been settled. Did you hear anything about that?
Yeah, from Corey Feldman. I don't believe him.
Oh, yeah, that's right. All right, fair enough. But anyway, something called American Trader, the trial of Axis Sally, featuring Meadow Williams and Al Pacino, is coming to you on Blu-ray if you so choose to get that. And seems like that's about it, guys.
We watch things throughout the week in a segment I like to call Deliciously Waiting to Hear What You Have to... I don't know. What we've been watching.
So, yeah, this is the stuff we've been watching.
Corinne, what'd you watch this week?
Oh, quite a bit. Went to the theater 3 times this weekend. One of them was for The Suicide Squad. So the other 2 times I went to see The Green Knight and Jungle Cruise. And The Green Knight, I had pretty high expectations going in just because I like Dev Patel. I like the story of the Sir Gawain and the Green Knight. I read the poem in college for an English class. So I was like, going in like, I'm really excited to see, this epic poem come to life. And it was not what I was expecting. It was like a fever dream. Oh my gosh, some of the weird shit in that movie. I don't even want to go into anything because it's just so spoilery, but yeah. Y'all got to see it, I think, because I think we need to talk about this movie.
Hey, Brad, what's The Green Knight about?
Yeah, I saw it this week too. And it is a confusing movie. It's gorgeous to look at, but most of the time you're just like, what is going on? And is this just a story about a guy who's like a weak dude who has no courage? Like, that's it? And I guess he finds courage at the end. I don't know. It's just like half the time it's like, what is going on? Like, a fever dream is probably a good description of it.
It's so frustrating because the Sir Gawain, or well, actually he's not knighted in the film, but Gawain in the movie is like the complete opposite of Gawain in the poem, and it's just like so frustrating to see like these crucial moments in the poem when they're adapted, and he like completely just veers off course, and you're like, what the fuck, man? No, you're supposed to do the. It's very frustrating.
I read an interview with the director who said he took a lot of liberties with it. One of them is that scene where he stumbles into the empty cabin and finds the ghost. Apparently that's not from the poem. He just made that up to make the movie interesting, which just made it more confusing.
Yeah, I was reading somewhere that they took elements of other Sir Gawain lore, like the fox that kept popping up. I guess there are different stories or poems where like a fox is associated with him or something. I don't know whether that's true, but like the opening, not the opening scene, but definitely like that introductory part where you see the Christmas feast and the Green Knight shows up and they have that exchange. That was all really well done. And honestly, like the Green Knight himself was maybe the best part of the movie for me, just because you couldn't tell him, is it like prosthetics? Is it a puppet? What is it? It looks so expressive, and it like moves with these like just intricate little movements. And that scene at the end where you're like, did he move his eyes? Are his eyes open or closed? And you can't really tell. And it's just like super freaky. He was really cool, and I forget the guy who voiced him, but he did an excellent job as well. So
there's a part when he finds him at the end of his journey, and he's sitting there, on his throne, and it hangs on his face for a while. And apparently, every character that you've seen throughout the movie appears in that shot. But I sat there going like, is that who? It looks like the Green Knight, but also looks like Dev Patel, and then the Green Knight again. But apparently, everyone is mixed into that transition. So,
interesting.
Yeah, but yeah, it's a gorgeous movie. Like, it's definitely super stylish and dreamy. But story wise, if you're looking for like a straight narrative, check out The Jungle Cruise.
Yes, The Jungle Cruise was just more to my just basic taste. It's just like, it's pretty much everything you expect it to be, and just kind of like, oh, it's a Pirates of the Caribbean meets Brendan Fraser's The Mummy, and just action, adventure, fun. Nothing too out of the ordinary. Although there was like a twist about 2/3 of the way through, and I was like, I was not expecting that, and it kind of like colored everything else differently in the film, and I was like, oh, I kind of like that. Won't say
I think that movie's really fun. It's some of the most fun I had.
Of course you would.
Well, even without the part, I mean, all the actors are really great in it. I mean, not just Emily Blunt and The Rock, but I mean, even Paul Giamatti, who's not in it that long, he's still pretty fun in it,
Mm-hmm.
How about Jesse Plemons? Is he fun in it too?
Oh yeah, he's great.
He's having a blast. You can tell he's just loving chewing the scenery.
I love Jesse Plemons doing anything.
Yeah,
you should see Jungle Cruise.
He's a proto-Nazi in it, so.
Oh, even more fun.
He's a German prince during World War I.
Aha.
Yeah, proto-Nazi. That's his supervillain name.
It's just like Marvel and DC going like, we can't come up with anything this week. Proto-Nazi. There we go.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's something to be said about the chemistry that The Rock and Emily Blunt have. They're really great in it, and you can tell that
they had that much chemistry, Ryan. I don't know. I wasn't feeling it.
Okay.
I mean, they're just two attractive, talented people. I'm not saying they aren't, but I didn't feel any particular chemistry between them.
All right. Well, I mean, there's always one person that says that. Yeah, that's fine. You can have your opinion.
I got to admit too, like I never buy into that. They hate each other, then they like each other dynamic. Like it just,
Oh, I never thought she hated him.
well, frustrated, just put off by him. Like
Just the banter. So
like even
much
Han Solo and
banter.
Princess Leia, like I never really gotten behind. Like it's nothing I've ever seen in real life happen. So it's just pure fantasy, wishful thinking. So, but I go with it because it's fun.
I'm curious. I still need to see the film, but if memory serves, it's abrupt at first to watch the chemistry between Humphrey Bogart and Katharine Hepburn and the African Queen until you realize it works. So I'd be curious to see if the Emily Blunt, Dwayne Johnson chemistry works the same way for me. So I'll report back next week.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm just going through my Rotten Tomatoes thing, and they always mention the great chemistry between the two. Just saying.
I didn't feel it.
That's fine. You don't have to.
I think the whole him calling her pants the whole time was really annoying because every single sentence was like, "How are you, pants? Are you feeling okay, pants? How are you doing back there, pants?" It's like, please shut up, please. It's like we're back to the stupid, awful truth thing again.
But did you just call the awful truth stupid, Corinne?
Well, the parts of it I've seen where the whole dialogue is them just calling each other by their names.
Ryan, I feel hurt.
No, sometimes I can't with Corinne. She's just always negative. Anyways, Corinne, what else you watched
always
this week?
negative?
Yeah, you are. What else you watched this week?
Okay, 2 things I actually liked, Ryan.
Oh, wow. It's probably fucking anime.
No, it's not actually. Although, not for lack of trying. I did try to find some other anime and it didn't work out. Anyway.
Watch Ninja Scroll.
No. I watched Masters of the Universe Revelation on Netflix.
Neat.
Yeah. I have never seen any He-Man or Masters of the Universe other TV shows or anything, but this was pretty fun. It's a very quick introduction to the world. They don't really introduce you to the characters too much. I mean, the heroes more so than the villains. You get the idea, but they just kind of throw you into this world and then they kind of pull the rug out from under you of all right, you think that this is what's going to happen? Nope. And so then they have to try to right the wrongs that happened in the first episode. And initially I thought it was going to be more of this kind of adventure of the week sort of thing of they're going to go around and they're going to help these people with whatever woes they have because of the world they live in. And no, it actually leads to this larger thing where they're trying to set the world back on its course and balance the universe out. I don't want to spoil too much for you, but I'm sure you guys have seen it anyway. Well, for the listeners at home, maybe they haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, just don't follow Corinne on Twitter.
I didn't tweet anything out about it, Ryan.
I know, not about this. I'm just saying about things in general.
Corinne, if you do, I'll tell Kevin Smith on you.
Yeah, I could tell that Kevin's, I think he was he's definitely an executive producer, and I think he wrote at least a couple of the episodes.
He's the creative spearhead of the whole thing. So.
Sure.
Which is really funny. If you watch an episode of Comic Book Men and some guy brings in He-Man figures, he talks about how stupid they are.
I don't know a ton about Kevin Smith, but I get the vibe that he and at least him, but probably the other creatives behind it, they grew up watching He-Man and they really know this universe. And I think that this is just an opportunity for them to kind of explore other characters and other parts of this universe beyond just Prince Adam and He-Man. And that's why Tila is much more the focus of this particular show. And it does end on quite a cliffhanger, so I really encourage everybody to go check out Masters of the Universe Revelation on Netflix. Animation's gorgeous. The voice acting is great. Kevin Conroy, a.k.a. Batman, does make a little cameo in there. Susan Eisenberg, who plays Wonder Woman, is in a couple of episodes. And they just have a lot of talented people all over the place. So it's different, and I appreciated that. Anybody else see Masters of the Universe Revelation recently?
Not yet. I've heard people getting their getting sad or mad or whatever at what the show has done with the He-Man lore, and I kind of just, it makes me want to watch it to see like what in the world could be possibly pissing them off. But no, I'm not even a He-Man. I'm not He-Man adjacent, so I don't even know if I understand anything going in. So
yeah, and of course Mark Hamill plays Skeletor. I forgot to mention that. He does an excellent job.
that's kind of the reason I want to watch the show after hearing that he was the voice. So that was my initial run in, was going like, I got to know what that sounds like.
He's not in it too much, but he does get a lot of good material to work with. I'll just leave it there.
Very nice.
So y'all go check it out because I want to talk about it more. And then last thing I watched that I'll talk about, and Brad, I'm assuming you have been on it too, is Ted Lasso. I think Brad talked about, the series premiere came out a couple weeks ago, and we've had 2 episodes since then. They've all been great. They're supposed to do a holiday special.
All right, Corinne likes something.
I said I liked Masters of the Universe. Anyway, Ted Lasso is amazing. I think some people on YouTube, I was reading comments and they were accusing the show of like just being too safe at this point, of like, oh, there's not really a lot of conflict going on. And I think that the 3rd episode built up a lot of things that I'm like, well, it depends on how you want to approach this. I guess mild spoilers for episode 3, but one of the players calls out the team's main sponsor on their unethical behavior on the political scale. And I'm like, this could go so many ways. I'm like, if this were a more dramatic show, there would be people getting, shanked. There'd be people getting, maybe not deported, but, sent back to their home country because their visa expired because, they said that their government was corrupt. But because this is Ted Lasso, I'm not sure that that's actually going to happen. Like, there will probably be some consequences, but maybe not as many as there would be in a more dramatic show. But I still think that we're going to get a lot of good tension, good character development. One of the characters who's been a just major prick for most of the show, he's starting on a better path. And I just love it. Ted Lasso is amazing. Everybody should watch it on Apple Plus or whatever it is. Apple TV. Brad, have you been watching it too?
I have. I'm all caught up.
Oh, what do you think?
It feels like it's a bit of a slower go than the previous season. It feels like the episodes are shorter, even though they're the same length. But yeah, I feel like they're finally getting into the main dilemma of the season. Before I talked about Ted Lasso having a foil of the team psychologist, someone who's competing for like the same goal, and he's sort of unaware of it. And now that they've gone into, hey, the team could, get driven out of the league by just going bankrupt, is a pretty like dire new development. So, but it's cool they're taking on like a real life circumstance, with player protests. So should be interesting to see how it pans out.
Yeah, and I felt like the sports psychologist would have had a bigger role in the episodes up to this point. I'm sure like they'll, expand on it more in the future, but I know like there's going to be some kind of not showdown, but some kind of come to Jesus moment between her and Ted, where Ted's actually going to go in for a session, just because like his whole thing about like, therapy and everything and his history with that. And then you also have, just like a whole bunch of other stuff going on. I just don't get the complaints about everybody's like, oh, nothing is happening on this show. And I wonder, your whole comment about it seems like there's less in each episode. Did you binge watch the first season? Because I know I did.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
So maybe that's why, is like now we're watching it week to week. So it's like, oh, there's less per episode. We're just kind of surviving off of breadcrumbs rather than having this ginormous feast like we did with season 1.
Yeah, I don't know. I like I've only watched that first season one time through, so I can't really compare it too much. But yeah, it just feels like there's something missing so far that this new season just doesn't feel as dense as the last one. But again, that could just be a random perspective thing. Because I also too, um, Jamie Tartt's turnaround seems really rushed too. Like given how much he screwed over his teammates and how mean to him he was for years, it just seems like he's gotten back in. He's winning them over quite quickly. So,
I mean, we only had that one moment where he just said, like, give me the tape. And we haven't really had a ton of other time with that since. So it could be that, in the coming episodes, like, there's still some tension between him and the players. Like, not all is forgiven yet. And so by the end of the season, maybe he is, like, becoming a leader on the team and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, I think at some point, Jamie will backslide to give some more drama to that storyline. But overall, I was just surprised, like, by the second episode, Ted didn't make him work that hard to get back on the team,
Well, I mean, that was kind of the whole reason that he brought him back on, was because they needed they needed some firepower to really put them over the edge so they could try to, break the tie streak. And they felt like Jamie would be a good weapon for that.
Yeah, but all it did was give them. Well, they didn't break the streak; they lost. So
they did break the streak. They did break the streak. They just not with a win.
Yeah, he hasn't really contributed that much. So yeah.
Well, we'll see. I've heard that the holiday Christmas special or whatever they've got coming up this Friday is supposed to be really good. Yay! So that's what I've been watching. Brad, what about you? Anything else you've seen lately?
So much. I guess speaking of sports, I just rewatched Moneyball for the first time since I saw it in theaters, and it's a good movie. It's weird how recently in history that occurred, and then that they made it a movie. Like it's not like the Oakland A's, went on to like 5 World Series or competed on a level of the Yankees. It's just like for a year they tried something different and it sort of worked out, and then a bunch of other teams stole that plan, and I haven't really seen a ton of results from it. I guess I don't follow baseball as much as I used to, but maybe Ryan can attest to we have the Rockies as our team, and it doesn't seem like it seems like we're a farm system for larger teams.
He's using what they call analytics, which is huge in sports now. Instead of just looking at a superstar, for like Derek Jeter. Yeah, he's a great player, but what player can you get that is comparable to Derek Jeter? Maybe he's not Derek Jeter, but analytically he's not that different, meaning he can produce similar numbers for a cheaper amount because the Oakland A's don't have as much money. So he's really pushed this analytics, which is in every sport now.
That's crazy that they weren't doing that before. Seems like a no-brainer to me.
It does. It's interesting. It's so now but also it can be detrimental because they have people that don't even pay attention to sports. They get people that are number crunchers and look at it analytically instead of performance wise. And sometimes that can can backfire as well.
Well, yeah, because he got an offer to be the GM for the Red Sox at the end of the movie, and he declined it. And then the Red Sox went on and broke the Bambino's curse using the analytics method. And then this always confused me about the end of the movie, like when he's driving away and he's listening to his daughter's song. Like the end, it's the daughter's singing like her cover of, I don't know what the song title is, but it was some popular song from that time. But she like changes the words at the end that says like, "Dad, you're a loser, you're a loser." And given that he, stayed with the A's and didn't take that job, and throughout his whole life, he often declined to make the next jump in his career. So like having his daughter, who seems to generally enjoy him, call him a loser, even playfully, it seemed like a weird way to end the movie to me. So that's just me.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's a really fun movie, but Billy Beane has a lot of things they didn't really touch on in the movie.
Yeah, some stuff I didn't notice the first time around is like how mean he is, like how I guess not mean, but just like careless he is about his players, or actually like his whole organization. Really, like he's just emotionally unavailable.
That's what analytics do. You don't care about the player; you care about the numbers.
Well, even before that, he's just like lying to his players about. He's just really callous. He's like lying about the reasons they're traded. Or just like I don't like to hang out with the team because I have to. Just decide the fate of their careers. Then he eventually starts hanging with them because their manager just won't adopt the strategy at all. So he eventually has to become the coach himself. So he does start working with the players, but after he starts, being buddies with them, he's still like, there's that one player who's down on his luck and he trades him. He says like, I'm trading you because I can only have a certain number of people in the club because it's the trade deadline. And then he walks away and then he looks and he sees the new pitcher they just brought in. So it's like, yeah, you can have more people. So it's just like, kind of two-faced of him. So it's still pretty good. And then talked about Jungle Cruise and Green. Yeah, Jungle Cruise I thought was fun too. It's literally the Pirates of the Caribbean plus Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade plot, and then. Even though I haven't actually seen the movie, Romancing the Stone, I'd throw in the mix too.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's just a fun escapist, and that one twist is pretty cool. Did not expect that. And then what else? Yeah, I watched 1 through 5 of the Fast and the Furious movies, which I've never seen before.
Nice.
And yeah, I won't go into each one of them individually, but the first one, it seems like a remake of the original, I guess. I've never seen the original, but the first one seems enough like an early 2000s remake of a classic movie. And then Fast 5, it really does turn a corner and get better. If that makes sense.
No, totally.
And then like the first 3 movies, I guess, have like whenever they're driving really fast, they have weird CGI zoom-ins where like the background it just feels like it turns into like a 3D model of everything, and they're on a green screen in like like half of a car. It's just, when they hit the NOS, I guess, is like it's just a weird, cheesy early 2000s effect. I'm just like, I'm glad they jettisoned. I think by the fourth one. So
agreed. The fourth one I think is pretty bad though. I wasn't a fan of it.
Yeah, like I forget what it was, but there was some pretty cheesy, like ridiculous thing. I think it had something to do with like the semi chase or something.
Is 4 the one that's in Brazil, or is that 5?
5. No, I think it is 4. Yeah, I can't remember. They blurred together so much. I know the third one's in Tokyo. And then I was gonna say, oh yeah, like the first one, it's amazing that like the big action set piece is the semi chase, and like there's a dude hanging off the side of the truck, like that's the most danger of like anyone interacting with the truck.
Yeah,
pretty low stakes, but
low stakes. And then Fast 5, like that same dude comes back and is like, he's in the beginning of the movie and then he double crosses him and then he comes back at the end and dies. Like it's almost like by the climax of the movie they thought, oh yeah, we forgot about this guy, he was a part of the story in the beginning. Let's bring him back, kill him in a scene, and then like redeem him really quick and then get on with the rest of the movie. Like what's his name, Travis or something?
I don't know, they all blend together at this point.
Oh, and then the we made fun of like, oh, Dom's got this brother that we had never heard before. And I will say that if you go back to the first movie, most of the stuff that they bring up actually checks out. Except for one scene where Mia's talking to Vin Diesel and she says something like, I'm so glad you're my only brother or something. I'm like, oh, that ruins it.
Yeah. Well, no, he's not family anymore, dude. He killed their dad. You don't turn your back on family. Except remember when Dom did? And then at the end of the last one, he's like, wait a minute, maybe I made a mistake.
Wait, Ryan. To be fair, Charlize Theron kidnapped him in her helipad or whatever, and held his wife hostage or something. What happened in Furious 8 again? I can't remember.
I don't know.
Am I the asshole for alienating my family? Yeah, but the whole like beating the guy with the wrench actually is seated in that first movie. So, yeah, and they make it very clear he just got a year or two for that assault. So
I guess the guy didn't die.
yeah, like he's fine. It wasn't
He's
murder.
just fucked up.
Yeah.
I mean, I never thought Dom actually killed him. I thought he just like hurt him really badly.
I don't know, like
it's just an assault. Like he just beat him with a wrench. That's about it.
But when you see it
Did
in
I
the
just
movie,
make a Joker reference?
It's portrayed like him just creaming this dude with the wrench over and over again. I mean, I guess they don't show where he's hitting him. I guess he could be hitting him in the shoulder. I don't know.
I mean, most of the people that exist in this universe can take a lot of hits. They can fall out of the sky onto cars and be fine as long as they don't hit the road. So
yeah, Ryan, do you think a guy's gonna get killed from getting his head bashed in with a giant wrench? I mean, yeah, they fall off of like 20-story buildings and they're completely unharmed.
It might as well be a rubber wrench.
That way, you're right.
Yeah, really low stakes. He was like, I can beat this guy 20 times with this wrench. He'll be fine.
I mean, if anything, that should be like a misdemeanor, not even like a felony. Just get some community service hours. I mean, you might as well just hit him with like a fly swatter.
You know what I want now? A prequel film where Dom goes through his entire trial and they get it like knocked down, and then the DA gets it bumped back up or whatever the fuck. Because regular law doesn't work in these movies anyway. Because if it did, then there would be flawless logic throughout each and every entry.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I did Ted Lasso, and then I think I saw the last episode of the season for Physical. It just ended so weird. I was like, there's got to be another episode after. They can't go away for a year after this, because her husband loses the election, which you could see coming a mile away, and her aerobics thing takes off. But like the last scene is her going back to the mall, and then there's like this rival guy who owns the mall, who's like, he's a big like pillar of the Christian community. He's wandering around because like his life is falling apart, and they like lock eyes from across the way in the mall, and then they just start jerking off to each other. I was just like, what is?
Wait, like this? Literally or figuratively?
Literally.
Oh.
Yeah, like he's like on the bottom level, she's on the second floor. She's looking down the atrium. They just lock eyes, and they're exchanging some kind of like, yeah, we're both like in the middle of something, and then he like takes off his shirt and unbuttons his pants, and yeah, they just go at it from afar. I'm just like, again, it's like, the show prior to that just like shows them hating each other constantly, and then like, I don't know, it seems like they're attracted to each other all of a sudden, and I'm just like we were talking about before, I was like, I don't buy it. So yeah, but it's the rest of the show is great, and it fills that glow shaped hole, in my entertainment that's missing. It has that 80s aesthetic. So yeah, I feel like I watched something else, but I can't remember it. So time to move on.
Did you also watch He-Man?
No, I don't have Netflix anymore. I will when Cobra Kai comes back.
Well, make sure you watch some Masters of the Universe Revelation when you do.
I intend to.
Zach, what'd you watch this week?
Watched a couple things. I rewatched Mary. Can you hear me okay?
His dogs are talking. That's why.
Oh, okay. I rewatched 2 movies for Ballyhoo, Mary Poppins and The Bride of Frankenstein. So it was an Elsa Lanchester double bill in my life, and both movies rock. Not much to add to that there. Also rewatched The Body Snatcher with Boris Karloff. That movie's still perfect. I went down a Hammer rabbit hole and watched a very early Hammer Studios horror movie called Death in High Heels from 1947. It's a mystery film set in a dress shop that is only 46 minutes, but it packs so much into it in a way that makes cohesive sense that I was floored by the quality. It's a pretty good whodunit about trying to figure out who poisoned and killed this woman who works in this dress shop with this crystalline poison kind of thing. And there's a bunch of people who are suspects within the store itself, and they all have their own kind of like eclectic, quirky personality traits. There's one guy in particular who his name is Cecil, and he is a nervous wreck who is constantly trying to kill himself. And then at one point, when the detectives are asking him where his portion of the crystals are that were used to kill, he says, I put it, and they ask him what, and he says, I put it down the hoo-ha, which is his emphasis for toilet, because that's the way they were getting around mentioning a toilet back in the 1940s. But this film also features calling somebody actively a slut and giving somebody the middle finger. So it is easily the one movie from the early cinematic period that I was not prepared for, because I was not prepared to see somebody giving somebody the middle finger or using the word slut in a movie at this time. So it was very, very intriguing. And the movie's great. It's fantastic. I do recommend it. I watched a movie called Ministry of Fear for the first time. It's a Fritz Lang movie with Ray Milland. And I really liked it. It's a nice little potboiler like that has a lot of unique German expressionist flourishes that only Lang can provide. And it's got a nice World War II espionage kind of plot going through it. I don't want to spoil too much because this is a movie that I actually think Ryan will like. So I do highly recommend that people seek it out. And I watched a Marvel show for the first time all the way through. I watched The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. That was really good. I was not prepared for... Everybody's seen it. Everybody in here has seen it at this point, right? I'm just assuming.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
The Isaiah storyline with Falcon. I was not prepared for how hard-hitting Marvel was willing to go with that, and I don't know. It was just something that I wasn't expecting out of them, and I'm glad that it came in the form of this series because it allowed Anthony Mackie as Falcon to kind of build up some time to that revelation before he makes the final call to put on the suit and embrace the shield. And I just love the ramifications that were coming through that. But Ryan and I was texting Ryan back and forth as I was finishing it up. And Ryan, I'm going to assume that pretty much every moment that made you cry probably made me cry, because there's a lot of emotional resonance just beating through that movie, or that show. Feels like a long movie at some points. But when he takes Isaiah to the museum, that was just gut wrenching. Like, that was just all the feels just came through my body there. And I don't think I've ever seen something as haunting in a MCU property as Bucky walking inside his neighbor's house to tell him off screen, albeit, about the fact that he killed his son. And so there was just a lot of wonderful stuff being packed into here. So if anybody hasn't seen Falcon and Winter Soldier yet, now you've got all four nerds attesting to it. It's pretty fantastic. I think I'm going to do WandaVision next.
I cried when, or a tear rolled down my cheek when Sam throws in the Captain America shield and it plays the Captain America theme to signal that he is Captain America now.
Yeah.
I thought it was great.
Yeah. And I will also point to, like, I don't think I was fully prepared for how they were going to handle Baron Zemo, because correct me if I'm wrong, but he's not in Civil War that much. Like, he's not, like, he doesn't get a ton of choice moments beyond the third act of that movie, correct? Like,
well, I mean, he's the reason they fight, but yeah.
He is, but he gets much more to chew on here. He gets so much more to chew on. We get more insight about him. When Bucky hands him over to the Wakandans, that scene, that face-off, is some of the best tension I've seen in anything this year. So yeah, it's all wonderful. It's remarkable. My only complaint really is, and I'm sure she's going to mean much more going on down the line, but Julia Louis-Dreyfus's character, who is the I don't know her name, but she's not the power broker.
Is she the Baroness, or am I thinking of something else?
No, she's Valentina.
Valentina. I'm curious what the heck they're going for with that, because I was kind of confused why she just pops up all of a sudden. Is it just to give John Walker something to do?
No, my guess, because she also shows up in Black Widow, is she is making a Dark Avengers team or the Thunderbolts or something.
Okay.
Is a guess. I have no idea.
That's fair. By the way, also, Wyatt Russell kills it in this show. I love that he plays a guy who thinks he knows.
Yeah, he does kill it in the show.
He's fantastic, if that's what you mean, Corinne, because he's playing a guy who thinks they know what it takes to be a Captain America. And what you realize is that you can't just be Captain America because you follow orders exactly or have patriotism up the wazoo. I love the way he played that. I thought it was fantastic. And
he literally kills a guy. That's what she meant.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. I'm aware. Again, he's portraying those people who think they resemble Captain America in some way when really they don't, because they don't understand what Captain America is. And I don't know. I didn't know much about U.S. Agent, which is the guy I guess he becomes. But looking into him, it seems pretty interesting. It didn't seem like he was that prevalent a character, so I don't know if I don't know where his storyline ends up going. But that scene where the way it ends with the whole episode 4, the whole world is watching, where after he's just brutally killed the guy, that was unsettling as shit. So yeah, if anybody hasn't seen Falcon and Winter Soldier or Captain America and the Winter Soldier, I would check it out.
Should have been Captain America and the White Wolf. That should have been the last thing we saw. Because Bucky's no longer the Winter Soldier. That was like the whole point of the fucking show. Oh my gosh. I get so pissed off anytime I think about this.
I like this show, so let's not have any anger boiling through.
He'll always be the Winter Soldier.
Nope. Literally, the whole point of his arc was that he was no longer the Winter Soldier.
But he can't be redeemed from the stuff he's done. He can only atone for it.
He can be redeemed.
Hey guys,
he has to atone. He atoned first. Now he is going to be redeemed. He is redeeming himself. Yes, Ryan.
Nope. Mass murderers could not be redeemed.
But it can be atoned, like in the movie Atonement from 2007, directed by Joe Wright. The last I watched a couple other things. I rewatched Footloose from 1984 for the first time in forever, and doesn't work as well for me as it used to. But I still enjoy the idea of John Lithgow's fucking insane religious cult dominating this town, and how Kevin Bacon destroys it with the power of dancing, and also the fact that John Lithgow realizes that all of his religious doctrine nonsense has caused people to start burning books. Like the movie is kind of scattered all over the place, but I still embrace kind of the fun, cheesy 80s factor of it all. So definitely worth a watch if you have never seen it. Some people that I watched it with were not as enthused. And then I went through the Rob Zombie trilogy, which is what I really wanted to talk about, because I've seen House of 1000 and Devil's Rejects many times since they were out in the mid 2000s, but I had not seen 3 from Hell yet. So before I did that, I rewatched House of 1000 and Devil's Rejects. The movies are still good. They don't hold the same power and impact for me as they probably did when I was younger. I was much more aware of how much my mindset had changed for what I'm willing to take from horror, but it didn't take away the fact that the movies are well put together and well executed for what they're each trying to do. Which leads me to 3 from Hell. I'm going to be upfront. I actually enjoyed the movie, but I'm aware that the caveat with that is that this movie has been negatively built up for me with everybody under the sun telling me that it's no good, it's no good, it's no good. That by the time I sat down and watched it, my reaction was like, that was fine. What are you guys talking about? It's not perfect. It's not the Firefly movie I wanted after Devil's Rejects. I figured they should have had the Fireflies going, if they escape prison and then they go back to the place where their house burned down and try to build a new house of 1,000 corpses or something like that. Like try to pick back up and turn it into a house of 1,000 corpses kind of looking and feeling movie again. But I also feel like, and I don't think this excuses any of the down points the movie has, but it's gotta suck knowing that one of the people you wrote in a humongous part for was on the ropes physically, and so you had to create a new character on the spot to keep this project alive. So I do give Rob Zombie props for rewriting that script as fast as he did to get Richard Brake in there and to also give Sid something to do. His last scene on screen is very good. I wish there was more of it. But I did like the whole line about like, I'm your bozo Jesus. Like that was a nice thing to see out of Sid before he left. But it was also very hard to watch Sid looking like that because he looked a wreck. You could tell he was right at the end. But I do think that the movie provides some interesting counterpoints to like some of the more negative things that I'd heard from outside sources. Like, I actually think this is Sherry Moon Zombie's best performance in a Rob Zombie movie because she's being asked to play Baby a very different way. It does not feel similar to the first two movies for her. Like the scenes where she's in prison and dealing with Dee Wallace are very, very interesting. And I don't think I expected her to take that character that way. And I do like the addition of Richard Brake. Again, he's not Sid Haig, but what are you going to do? And the detour to Mexico was a little bit meh for me, but I love the final shot of the film with what they do to the gangster in the coffin. I think that is very devious and in keeping with the tone that Zombie set with those first two. So I would only watch it if you enjoyed House of 1,000 and Devil's Rejects. If you're trying to walk in blind on this, I don't think it'd be worth your time. But I do think fans of the series will be more than pleased. But yeah, again, it's not perfect, but I enjoyed it. It could have been a little bit better, I guess. The scariest scene in it, hands down, though, and Ryan, I don't know how much you remember of it. Do you remember the scene with Clint Howard as a clown?
Yep. Why does he show up? It's stupid as fuck. That movie is dumb.
I don't know why he shows up, but I love that scene.
No, my biggest thing is Rob Zombie can't get out of his own way when he writes and when he directs. I think his dialogue is slanted and really stilted and he doesn't write enough difference between characters for me.
Yeah.
And I think some of his word choices are not good. You know, how people talk. I don't think people actually talk like that. And it's I think it's poorly executed. It's poorly made. I mean, even Clint Howard showing up as a clown. Why did the clown show up to that house? It doesn't make any sense at all. So I respectfully disagree with you. The movie is fucking garbage. Mm-hmm. But hey, movies are interpretive art. So if you like it, good. Yeah.
Within that though, Ryan, I won't talk a bunch about it because I've already spoken about it before, but I rewatched The Lords of Salem, which still holds up for me. I'm curious to see what he's going to do with the Munsters, because is that movie going to be PG or is that going to be rated R?
I don't know.
I have no idea. My brain is firing off with 500 synapses because I don't think I'd want to see an R-rated Munsters movie, but I'd be extremely curious. But yeah, that's all I watched this week, guys.
I only watched a couple things. I've been watching the season 10 of The Walking Dead. It's pretty good. I fell off watching it weekly. I don't know why, but started catching up on it. It's the new villain in it, Alpha, is really pretty great and terrifying. So if you want to check it out, I've been rewatching Buffy. That show's still a lot of fun, even with its late 90s, early 2000 charm. where you can tell that it's stunt doubles fighting all the time. And
It's kind of cool though, because you don't see that much anymore.
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, the thing with Buffy is really the emotional arc throughout the film, the TV series, and the characters. The monsters of the week are fine, but there's always this prevailing snappy dialogue, really where Joss Whedon kind of got his start. I know people don't like Joss Whedon right now because he's an asshole, but he still made cool things. And that's been fun. And the only other thing I watched this week is I watched Conan the Barbarian. That movie is, what an 80s action movie with not very much dialogue should be. It's
that
really
did John Milius direct it? I can't remember.
Yep, direct and wrote it with Oliver Stone. So I know. It's one of Arnold Schwarzenegger's earliest movies. In it, he's just really supposed to look tough and fight people, which he does. And I always laugh at the part. I don't know the last time you guys saw it, but when he's like having sex with, I don't know, she's like a witch or something.
Yeah,
they really explain, and he just picks her up and throws her in the fire. I always laugh at that part because I think it's funny, just the way it's shot. But yeah, the movie's still fun. You could never make a movie like that nowadays. I mean, it's What
is best in life, Ryan? To see your enemies, or to crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and hear the lamentation of the women.
Yep. That's like the big thing from it. I think that's Conan's longest line in the whole film.
And it's still great.
Yeah. Because he doesn't really talk very much in that movie. And the only other thing I watched is Batman: The Long Halloween Part 2, which is rated R. I'm guessing it's for violence, because there's some pretty hardcore fight scenes in it. And I guess people get shot in it, but the fight scenes are a little more visceral. And it's pretty loosey-goosey with an adaptation.
What?
Yeah.
DC Animated would never do that.
I know, right? It's still really well done. I mean, they omit the Riddler in it, which is kind of weird. Yeah, because there's actually a really, I forget, well, I don't know what issue, but it's the April Fool's issue where the big thing is, the story is this person is killing people on holidays, and it takes place over a year, and it starts on Halloween. That's why it's called The Long Halloween. And so this killer called Holiday is killing members of Gotham's mob throughout the year. And on April Fool's Day, he doesn't kill the Riddler when he can. And so it's kind of like a joke. So it's weird that the Riddler doesn't show up, because Batman, I haven't read it in a while, but Batman also confronts the Riddler, I think, later on in the series, like in a bar, if I remember right.
Does he kill Poison Ivy on the Arbor Day?
No, actually, Poison Ivy shows up on St. Patrick's Day. But Poison Ivy is pretty great. And I always like my Poison Ivy where she's kind of evil, and she's pretty evil in this. And I don't want to, the mystery's still pretty good. You should really check out the book, I think you can get a collected edition for like $30.
A good chunk of it is the Harvey Dent story in The Dark Knight.
Oh yeah. You could, yeah. The Dark Knight is heavily influenced by this. Because The Dark Knight and The Long Halloween follow Harvey Dent's rise and fall. And he, the guy who plays Two-Face in it is balls. I can't remember who it is, but the voice acting is really great in the film. It's yeah. So you should check it out. It's still really well made. They do kind of like, they omit the Riddler, the Scarecrow and Mad Hatter are in it, but they kind of serve a different purpose. And the ending isn't the same. Or it kind of is, but it's not really the same. So yeah, I mean, I get why they do it. It's cool that they change it up, because if you've read it and it's such a iconic Batman story that a lot of people know it, it's cool they change it a little bit. Not as crazy as, the Killing Joke where Batgirl is fucking Batman, but it's there is some changes to it. But yeah, it's still really fun, and I think DC animated movies are really great. In 2 weeks, there's another one. It's Mortal Kombat Legends of the Realm, or whatever the fuck it's called. I don't know. But it's a sequel to Scorpion's Revenge, so I'm looking forward to that. Like, 2 Mortal Kombat movies in 1 year. What the hell?
Yeah, hopefully one of them will be good.
Yeah, both of them are probably. Anyways, yep, that's all I watched this week. This week on Real Nerds, we saw The Suicide Squad. Brad, do you recommend people see The Suicide Squad?
Absolutely. This is my favorite movie of the year so far. It's a ton of fun. It's just a ton of fun.
Zach?
Yeah, I think you should. This movie's out of its goddamn mind, and that was exactly what I wanted it to be, considering what we got first with David Ayer. So I definitely seek it out.
Corinne?
I guess I was the only person in existence who didn't like this movie. There are some good moments in it, but it wasn't as funny as I was expecting it to be, or at least like the type of humor that's in a lot of the movie is not a type of humor that I appreciate. So also it's like hyper violent. So y'all know how I feel about that kind of stuff. But there are a lot of like just technical things in the movie that are impressive. So it's like the best movie I've ever disliked, if I can put it that way.
I love this movie. I'm with Brad. I saw it with him on Thursday, and it's so cool. I felt the same way about Jungle Cruise, but I love going to movies and just escaping and having a lot of fun. And I think you have to be in on the joke to enjoy the movie. And if you're not, then you're probably in Corinne's boat where you're like, oh, I don't get this movie, but there's some cool parts to it. But I love this movie. Here's the trailer for The Suicide Squad.
You gotta be kidding me. You're gonna risk the entire mission for a mental defective dressed as a court jester.
This coming from a guy that wears a toilet seat on his head.
We don't leave one of our own behind.
Hopefully Harley's still alive.
No funny business, Colonel. These are dangerous people.
Team 2 is clear to go.
Fire. 3, 2.
What are you guys doing?
What? We're here to save you.
You were gonna save me?
It was a really good plan, too.
Well, I can go back inside and you can still do it.
That's patronizing.
I'm so sorry. Harley Quinn.
Blood sport.
You know the deal. Successfully complete the mission, you get 10 years off your sentence. You fail to follow my orders in any way, and I detonate the explosive device in the base of your skull.
So this is the famous Suicide Squad.
Nom nom.
Any questions?
And
Yes, that is your hand. Very good.
we're all gonna die.
I hope so.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Here's the deal. We fail the mission, you die.
If we find out any information you give us is false, you die.
If we find out you have personalized license plates, you die.
What? No.
If you cough without covering your mouth.
Harley, although that isn't an open invitation for you to cough without covering your mouth.
What's the plan?
How the hell am I supposed to know?
You're the leader. You're supposed to be decisive.
And I've decided that you should eat a big bag of dicks.
If this whole beach was completely covered in dicks, and somebody said I'd eat every dick until the beach was clean for liberty, I would say no problemo.
Why would someone put penises all over the beach?
Who knows why madmen do what they do?
This is suicide.
Well, that's kind of our thing.
Don't you worry, eh? I'm gonna get you out of here alive.
I'm going to get you out of here alive.
Oh my god, we've got a freaking kaiju up in this shit!
Uh-huh.
I love the rain. It's like angels are splooching all over us.
Amanda Waller calls in the Suicide Squad or Task Force X to liberate a country or see what they have in a testing facility.
Mm-hmm.
And so she sends in the Suicide Squad. But wait, there's more. She actually sends in a second Suicide Squad to actually infiltrate it, where the first Suicide Squad is basically a distraction.
Yeah.
And so right away, I love how this movie sets it up, where you have people, and even the trailers, you have like, Javelin Man or something where you go, oh, this guy's definitely going to die. But Pete Davidson or Michael Rooker, you have a feeling that maybe these guys might die, but they might make it further along.
Yeah.
And they don't make it out of the first 20 minutes.
I don't think it's even 20 minutes. Is it what, like 10? Like,
well, I mean, 10 minutes when the weasel dies.
Yeah. Or does he?
Yeah. I just see, this is what I mean. Like, you're either in this movie or not. Because when the weasel jumps in and starts drowning right away, it's
Did anyone check to see if the weasel could swim?
I love that line.
And then even
if you have a sick, twisted sense of humor,
it is
why this movie's appealing.
Yeah, because you got to like you just got to embrace the zaniness. It's Pete Davidson. I double crossed these guys and then getting his head blown off.
Which I love to think that he got hired because he probably was at a party with James Gunn somewhere. He's like, yeah, like we just need people to die in this movie. So if you want to come on, and then Pete Davidson's like, yeah, people hate me, so they would love to see me die in the first 10 minutes. Just blow my face off or something.
Yeah. Even Michael Rooker is supposed to be this badass, and then he swims away and then ends up getting his head blown off anyways.
I was trying to remember from the first Suicide Squad, did she detonate the trigger on the device on the back of the head to anybody in the first one?
He was like
the guy who can climb anything, right?
Yeah, I think he was made up for the movie. I don't remember his name, but
Slipknot or
Slipknot.
Like that.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, that's right, Adam Beach.
Isn't
yeah,
that
that's
the
right.
name of a band?
Yeah, it's also an actual knot, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just interesting to I guess because he got an R rating and was able to do all these insane practical effects, because there's for all the CGI that's in here, there is some good practical stuff that you can notice pretty quick. Brad, you told us last week that this was basically like a trauma movie, and you did not lie.
Nope.
This movie is unafraid to do exactly what Trauma would do in that particular scenario, and I really enjoyed that he got to kind of flex those muscles, because I love Guardians of the Galaxy, but there's a certain element of Guardians that he brings into this, but the majority of this is an excuse for him to have some R-rated fun, which he hasn't had in a while.
Yeah, it's the one thing I'll always give DC credit for lately is they're allowing filmmakers to take chances, because I can't see Marvel ever approving a film like this.
Oh no!
And
as close as they'll probably get is maybe a Deadpool, but
yeah,
I feel like at the end they'll find a way to make it PG-13.
Yeah, I don't know, to tell you the truth, but it's if you give someone free reign and just say, hey, make the movie you want to make, and you can do whatever you want with the characters, I think is commendable. And I mean, I think Harley Quinn is great in this. Her running down the hallway when she's killing people and the blood turns to flowers, I think is like incredibly well choreographed.
And you see little animated birds and shit.
Yeah, beautifully shot. I think that moment is just like a highlight of the movie.
And on top of all the craziness, he made me care about D-list characters. He brought D-list characters up to at least B-list DC characters.
Polka Dot Man.
Polka Dot Man. Yeah. They make fun of him in the early thing, like, hey, you want to be at my kid's birthday party? Yeah, like that's a character I made. Like, I heard of him before in comics, but never read any of his storylines. But I was like, yeah, it seems like him and Condiment Man and Crazy Quilt, like those guys are all just terrible ideas, but James Gunn finds a way to make it worth your time. Ratcatcher being the soul of the movie. King Shark.
Oh my God, King Shark has my favorite moments in this movie. Sylvester Stallone rocks it.
Like, he's been doing well on the CW as like a character, but yeah, and here it just elevates him so much more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he rips that guy apart.
There's so many funny moments that are just out of nowhere. When Peacemaker and Bloodshot are just or Bloodsport are just killing people and seeing who can do it better, and then they realize they're killing the freedom fighters.
Oh, that.
Which in that scene, I'm sitting there going like, how are they not alerting everyone that they're there? Because everyone's in pretty close proximity to each other. They're exploding people and eating them and turning them on fire, but somehow someone 5 feet away doesn't sense them at all. So that's kind of ridiculous, but yeah.
John Cena's really good in the movie too. I was not prepared for how well he nails it. Like, it's a damn good role for him. He's funny when he needs to be, and then he gets downright scary when he needs to be. Because by the time we get to that, I guess since we're past spoilers right now, when they've discovered the giant fucking starfish, they're
Starro is the first villain that Justice League ever teamed up to fight against.
What, really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's insane.
And he looks just like that in the comic books.
I didn't see the final poster, but I looked at the final poster after seeing the movie, and I saw the starfish falling from the sky, and I'm just like, oh my God, I guess I should have just looked at the poster. It would have given me a clue.
And this is a world that does have Superman in it, so I am wondering where the Justice League is. It seems like the Suicide Squad could have just walked away, and the Justice League would have handled it. But
they established that this is technically somewhat, or at least continuing off of David Ayer's Suicide Squad.
The Justice League can't intervene because, remember, the big thing is they don't want the United States secrets to get out. So if Waller or someone would have sent in Superman or Batman, there's no way those guys would let that get out, get out, rather.
But like, Superman can hear everything, so I think once Starro does free itself from, like, I think all bets are off. Like, he's there within 30 seconds.
Maybe this takes place when Superman's dead.
I mean, he was in the ICU from the kryptonite bullet, but
we don't know how long ago that was. I mean, long enough that Bloodsport or whatever is in prison.
No, I'm just making a logic thing. Like, it doesn't. Like, the movie is supposed to be the Suicide Squad, so I'm not saying like, oh, they screwed it up. I'm just saying, like, if you logically think about, like, that's what would have happened, but I'm fine with it the way it is.
And given the fact that the DC canon is in shambles at this point, like, a lot of it is kind of irrelevant. But it is. I was curious myself, Brad, because of that line of just like, is this like some kind of like after Justice League Part 1 thing where Superman's in the ICU or something? But it's like but because I know they're not going to follow up on it, it's just like, doesn't really matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's its own thing. It could be in the universe if you wanted to. If if the universe isn't working, it could easily be a standalone. So
yeah, you can always default that Superman's doing something else.
Yeah.
And I like how I loved Viola Davis this time around as Amanda Waller. Like, I again, I don't remember much of David Ayer's one, but it just seemed like here she was allowed to be much more callous and like absolutely insensitive beyond all belief. Because my favorite moment in this movie, apart from King Shark eating somebody's head like it's a snack, is when they knock the fuck out of Amanda Waller. Like, so, at last, somebody has stopped her from fucking, like, from doing terrible things. Like,
get on the satellite deal, you fucking dickhead.
I remember when they announced that she had been cast for David Ayer's Suicide Squad, and I was like, honestly, like, that's perfect. Like, she does, like, have this, like, presence whenever she's on screen.
Yeah.
But then I never actually saw that movie. But then watching her in this, I'm like, she's, like, perfect as Amanda Waller, but on the other hand, she's almost too good for, like, Viola Davis is just, like, her whole thing as an actress, like, she is too good for this movie. She should be off doing other better things.
This is how she gets the money to do those other better things, if that's the way you want to look at it. I look at it as she found a really fun role to dig her teeth into that most comic book movies don't provide for somebody like her, which is great to see that Gunn carried her over from Ayer, because I remember her being good in Ayer's Suicide Squad. I just don't remember her being this mean and vicious, and it was delightful to watch because she like just nails it. Like she, there's a lot of angles going on with her that I really appreciate as a character, but it also, like, there is that triumph of just like, yeah, God, somebody please stop her. We need to actually, like, save the fucking city with this sporadic group of heroes here.
She's almost the most unlikable person in a movie full of villains.
Yeah, that's true.
But I mean,
with Suicide Squad is, but Suicide Squad's set up for you to root for these quote unquote villains anyway. I mean, like, and also, Ryan, from a horror kind of aesthetic and whatnot, when they go down in the when they go down into the Jotunheim, as they call it, and you see all those experiments on the table, like, that's some fun, neat practical effects you don't get to see that often anymore. That was pretty fucking dope.
Jotunheim is the planet Loki's from, right?
Jotunheim is that's the ice planet.
Yeah, but that's also just from Norse mythology in general.
Yeah, so they just called the base Jotunheim. So
yeah, I'm just wondering if there's connection.
Much as they're both from Norse mythology, yes.
Is the German Nazis who named the building? So just curious. And Gunn comes from Marvel, so just wondering what his inspiration was.
One of my favorite moments. I mean, I loved Harley Quinn in this, but I love after she hooks up with the president, and you find out that he's a bastard, and she just fucking kills him. I'm like, yes, fuck that dude.
I love this thing had a bullet.
Yeah, the bullet line.
Yeah, I'm curious to know too, because this was supposed to come out last year. If they spent any time between now and then working on any special effects, because I can't think of a single moment in the movie where the effects drop the ball. Like maybe sometimes King Shark isn't convincing, but a lot of his close-ups are.
Yeah, his close-up, you see the texture on him and stuff is incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like overall, and like when they're running down the streets and Starro is destroying the city, like behind them, just all really like detailed, and yeah, a lot of effects work, it looks like.
Oh my God, that's another thing I wanted to bring up. Like when Starro's little offshoot starfish things or face huggers are on people, he's getting to do some zombie movie stuff in here too. Like he literally gets to pack a bunch of different genres into this one story. Because I did not think the movie was gonna end with a big kaiju in the middle of a city. That was not on my radar. And this movie has a good job of referencing kind of like the feel of like old war movies. Like there's a canon feel also, in addition to the trauma feel of like Men on a Mission kind of movie, like an Invasion USA or even a Dirty Dozen which is not canon, but just that whole vibe is ever present and ever lovely to watch with him at the helm. And I do like the fact that Weasel survives, because I just love that he just walks out into the middle of that island and we have no idea what he's gonna do.
Yep. Good stuff. Corinne, did you want to add anything on your not approval of it?
Oh, I could go on a whole rant, but I'll save it. You guys like the movie, so continue to like the movie, I guess.
I will. I've already seen it 4 times.
Oh, jeez.
And one of those was
blot it from my memory.
One of those was in 4DX, and unfortunately, I have to say the 4DX was not well programmed.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah, I don't know if they just didn't refill the water cannon, but it was a movie that has a ton of water splashing you. Did not come across in my experience. Plenty of smoke, but then there's like weird, like the chairs follow the camera movements way too much, and then there's long lulls of nothing happening, even though there's perfect stuff going on screen where you're just like, oh, you could have done water splash here, or it's supposed to be lightning in there that I maybe I was too close to the screen to register with, but way too many chair movements for just camera stuff.
I remember seeing Rise of Skywalker, and I actually enjoyed it so much because when Rey and Kylo are fighting on the Death Star, it had a constant mist going, and every time they would like light up their lightsabers, the theater would change that color. So it was pretty badass. That's a bummer though, because I kind of wanted to see this in 4DX.
Yeah, like every time they like shot one of the mini Staros, that would have been a perfect time to like splash water in your face, but that didn't happen. And there's like a camera move where the chairs rotate the complete opposite direction of the camera.
I wonder if it was fucked up or something.
Yeah, it was the last screen of the evening, so I don't know. Maybe it just like I said, they ran out of fluid or something, maybe it's just because I was actually thinking about 4DX is like, because it's so mechanically intensive. It's interesting that they put that much money into something that might have to have repairs constantly.
Yeah.
Like how like Disney World, they're moving towards more projected rides so they can save money on having to repair mechanics. So
yeah. I don't know.
But no, they're going to put them in theaters across the country, I guess, whenever business picks up. So, yeah.
I do have one joke about the movie I wanted to make, which if you follow me on Twitter, you already saw. But man, whoever wrote this movie must really hate birds. I must really love rats.
And James Gunn wrote it, so.
Well, he must really hate birds.
Yeah, someone else.
The birds got their revenge on Michael Rooker at the end. They were eating his brains.
Yeah, true. Well, I didn't get to see the birds have their revenge on whoever the generals or whatever. Why do they burn? They just burn birds out in the middle of the like. Why? So mean.
To reinforce how shitty that general is.
Wow.
Yeah. He's not a romantic. He's all business.
Could have just set him free. Literally would have cost you nothing, but now you waste gasoline. So mean.
Well, yeah, that's he needs to be mean.
You know how expensive gasoline is, fam? Like, give it to me. I'll use it.
He doesn't let people go. He tortures them. He just wants to destroy things.
Peter Capaldi was a bad guy. I kind of wanted him to be like on the Suicide Squad, but he was not. Although at least he was in that hero shot there in the one sequence.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I did like that Just a Gigolo is something that she's just humming, and then they play that song for that wonderful sequence Ryan alluded to with Harley Quinn. Like, it was just nice to listen to some Louis Prima as she was just kicking ass.
Yep. Good stuff.
Milton's dead. Who's Milton?
Who's Milton?
Are you kidding me right now? He's been with us the whole time.
I like it how they later on she's just like, we talked for 3 hours about how your name was Milton. It's not.
No, we didn't. Yeah, we did.
Oh, and R.I.P. Polka Dot Man. Like,
and him seeing his mom everywhere.
Yeah,
that was one of the better jokes in the movie for me. That sequence in the club where he's like dancing and it's his mom all around him. That was pretty good.
Where is your mother? Everywhere.
I turned them all in my head into my mom, and I killed them.
Yes, Polka Dot Man is deadly.
What's next
Dude,
week?
He does melt the shit out of people.
Oh, he's giving you a leaf. Why the fuck do I want a leaf? He's showing you friendship.
I did see, I think it was a review on Letterboxd that said this movie had the potential to go from an A to an F real fast if anything happened to that rat.
That is actually a great joke where the rat wants to shake the hand of Bloodsport and he ignores him, and the rat goes,
I just remembered Peacemaker and his tidy whities.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Yeah, that was
that TV show.
Yeah, that's if you stay past the credits, it shows that he made it out. But yeah, that was crushing. Like that double cross there for me.
Yeah,
because he was such a likable character.
Someone else makes it out too, Brad.
Huh?
Right?
What?
That was in the post credits or mid credits or something, right?
Oh, we've already talked about Weasel, but yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah. Weasel. We see Weasel making it alive first before we see Peacemaker.
Fucking hated Weasel. That thing was so gross.
Like, that's a werewolf?
I would have rather him stayed dead.
Calm down. He's just a weasel. He's killed and eaten 27 children, but still.
Yeah.
How much fun was that have been for Sean Gunn to just sit there and be a fucking weasel?
Oh, is that who he was?
Yeah, Sean Gunn does that. He does the motion capture for Rocket. So naturally, James was just like, "You're going to be the weasel today."
He got to play that and Calendar Man.
Oh yeah.
And then Mantis is in the strip club scene.
Yeah, along with Mr. Lloyd Kaufman.
Yeah.
There were so many names in the credits, I kind of lost track of who all was in the movie. It wasn't until like Taika Waititi showed up that I was like, oh yeah, Taika Waititi was in this movie.
Oh my god, yeah. What Taika Waititi with one fucking scene makes me cry my fucking eyes out in the Suicide Squad. I don't know. I did not expect that to happen.
Sylvester Stallone, didn't realize he was King Shark until I saw the credits. It's like,
really?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, I didn't.
Oh yeah, they made a big deal.
I mean, now
about
that I know, I'm like, oh yeah, I wasn't really paying attention to all the promo materials for this thing. Yeah, they killed off a lot of those people at the beginning, which was probably a good idea because I wondered how the hell are they going to make a movie with a cast this big?
Oh my god, Nathan Fillion is the detachable kid.
His arms just floating and like slapping people.
Yeah, just like big.
And then Captain Boomerang, like that, I'd expect him to go quickly, but
well, I knew Harley was going to make it out, but I don't. Yeah, everybody else I knew was kind of like, they can die.
I figured Captain Boomerang because everybody gave him crap from Ayer's Suicide Squad. I don't remember if we were fans of it, but I know he was not. Jai Courtney has this kind of weird popularity evasion. I don't know.
Are Harley and Killer Croc the only remaining characters from that first movie?
I guess so, because Sword Gal, I can't remember her name.
Katana.
Why do I know that? I didn't even see that movie.
Yeah, you're right. Katana survived. Yeah.
Well, what about Will Smith's character?
Oh, Deadshot, yeah.
Yes, yeah, he's alive, yeah.
What are we, some kind of Suicide Squad?
Well, they were initially going to make Bloodsport into Deadshot, but then they didn't. They wanted to allow Will Smith to come back if he wanted to, so then they just wrote it to be a different character.
Yeah, I mean, he's essentially got the same story as Deadshot. He's dealing with his daughter.
That was another good joke where Waller's introducing Peacemaker, and it's the exact same lines that she used. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's kind of, it feels like a meta joke because, like, yeah, there are so many characters like that in, well, maybe not DC specifically, but just in comic books in general, where it's like, yeah, basically they're just a sharpshooter and they got like daddy issues or whatever.
I had a good eye roll line from when they're introducing Ratcatcher, and she's taking too long to get up, and just John Cena just goes, "Fucking millennials."
It's like, isn't John Cena 40? He is a millennial.
Yeah, I thought the same thing.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's why it's weird. But I just like the way he delivers it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next week, I think we're seeing Free Guy. I don't know.
We didn't review Jungle Cruise, did we?
No.
Oh,
Maybe we can review
we
Jungle
did
Cruise.
500 last week.
I mean, 2 of us just talked about it, or 3 of us.
All right,
Yeah.
then I'll just go see it on my own. Or we can do Pig.
No.
All right, Free Guy it is then.
We also have to do a film explosion soon, so.
I know.
Don't do it while I'm gone.
And the week after this one, I think is Don't Breathe 2.
Nah, Don't Breathe 2 comes out this week too.
Oh, I put on the list as like, yeah,
Oh, okay.
These are 2 open weeks. You can interchange them, whatever. But if you want to do a film explosion and Corinne's gone this week, then we could do Don't Breathe 2 this week, and then film explosion the next week. Skip Free Guy. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Yep.
I know Zach Bynes wants to be a part of the film explosion too, so need to give him some lead time.
Yeah, I can talk to him about that this week and let you know. And can I plug something real quick?
I want to plug something too.
Okay, I'll go first then. On August 19th, the short film that I shot last year in quarantine will be showing at the Emerging Filmmakers Program. So if you want to come down and check out the film and hang out with, I don't know, Brad, you're probably going to be there, so you can meet 2 real nerds. Why not?
And check out the Real Nerds website for my latest article on the top 10 anime openings. It was a collaboration with Jerry the Artist.
Okay, I'll check it out because Jerry's in it.
Oh, thanks. Hey, as long as we get the clicks, I don't give a shit.
Thanks, Ryan. Thanks, Ryan. That just means so much to me.
Yeah.
Fucking dick.
See, Zach, you got to put Jerry the Artist in your next film, and then Ryan will go see it, right?
No, I need to put Cary Grant in the movie to make it work.
Well, no, it'll be like a skeleton. I'm good.
Zombie.
And then I'll be like Pete Davidson. Oh, why'd you set me next to a fucking skeleton?
Or maybe he'll just be like really far away and it'll be like a lookalike or something. Like, oh, look, there's Cary Grant. Oh, no, he just went into that truck or something.
It's just a cardboard cutout.
Hey, it would technically be Cary Grant.
Yeah, it could. Ryan, do you want to actually? I'll make Ryan the guy who operates the Cary Grant cutout.
Ooh, no, I got it. Okay, so it'll be like that sequence in Ferris Bueller's Day Off where it'll be Ryan or whoever, and he's just like staring at this picture of Cary Grant. And then it'll cut back and forth between him looking at the picture, Cary Grant's beautiful face, him looking at the picture, closer in on Cary Grant's beautiful face.
Love it.
Poetic cinema. Do it, Zach. I will go see it if that sequence is in there.
Okay, fair enough. This is my fault for not consulting you on the last movie.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Real Nerds Podcast. Real Nerds Podcast is a production of Nebulous Visions Multimedia. Thank you to Sparks Mandrill and Plan 9 Studios for our kick-ass theme song. Also, if you're in the Denver area and you're looking for a cool place to see movies, we see them at the Alamo Draft House in Littleton and now also in Sloan's Lake. Thank you to Colorado Coins, Cards, and Comics for supplying us with all our comic needs, especially you, Andrew. You know who you are. And a big shout out to James's mom. I'm giving you an electronic hug that you can feel through the airwaves. Thanks for listening, and have a nice day.